All right, guys. Thank you again, Mr. Moses. Can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you very much. I'm Zar, an innocent, hosting you on this show. My name is Moses Mwanda.
Mwanda.
Some people can also call me Mugabo.
Mugabo.
Yeah.
Why Mugabo?
Because I would like it to be part of my identity.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just on.
Yes.
All right.
I'm a youth.
All right.
And being Mugabo it sounds the same as I can see. I mean, you be Mugabo and
That name is
the name, the
isn't
person, actually you are Mugabo. Thank you for being smart.
They understand.
This man looks,
yeah.
He's so elegant today.
All right.
Most welcome, Mr. Moses.
Thank you.
So, is that all you can introduce about yourself, or there is something you want to say?
I wouldn't. Okay, my profile is not so big.
Okay.
So the name, I'm a youth. I'm unmarried yet. In regard with today's topic, basing on my purpose in life, I always feel like, yes, there are very many youth that have influenced me, but I would also feel like it's proper to at least influence one or two.
Sure.
These billion people we have in this this world.
Especially our lady, they are watching us now. The man is still single. And we're gonna give you his number just after the show. All right, Mr. Innocent, we have already Mugabo in our studio, and he's gonna just help us, not only us, but our audience, our viewers today, because the topic is very and more important.
Very much.
So, and he's not a specialist in that domain, but he's gonna give us also his best.
Yeah, sure.
To convince those people they are watching us now. So we can start with the first question.
So as a youth, Mr. Moses, I want you to break this. How do you think social media is influencing the youth especially, and the society at large, the citizens, focusing on both sides, positive and negative? How do you think it's influencing them?
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, the thing called social media is something very big. Because as I was preparing for this show, I noticed that in the world right now, we have 8.2 billion people. And 8.2 billion people in this world, you find out that 63.7 people use social media, regardless of their age. Now, when we talk about regardless of their age, it means there are some people who could be children and they are using it. So 63.7, that is about 5 billion people in this world. Okay, so you find that is a big number. Now, I want to applaud you and thank you for choosing this topic, because you find out that is really the trend. Okay, so if you look at that percentage and you look at how it is influencing, you have to at least discuss it so that people can understand. So basing on that foundation, I also noticed that social media, it is having about 15 platforms, whereby each platform has 500 million followers.
Wow.
500 million.
Wow.
And that research, I got it from global statistics on social media. Latest by July this year. Okay, and if you look at the platforms of social media we have right now, I observed that YouTube and Facebook lead, whereby Facebook is about 3 billion.
The first one?
Yes, and YouTube 2 billion. So global statistics says YouTube is the best. Other researchers say Facebook, but at least they share. So you bring in WhatsApp, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Okay, LinkedIn, all those ones are right there. Now, people as we discuss social media, they defend it right away.
That is why we have chosen this topic.
They try to defend it, and we are not here to decide for them. We are not here to speak against social media, and we are not here to promote it, but we are here maybe to open an eye of someone that social media and freedom around, maybe there is a balance needed. That's why I want to thank you for bringing in this topic. So getting back to that topic, Africa.
Yeah.
Africa, where we belong, it has 1.2 billion people.
1.2 billion.
1.5 around there.
Okay.
1.5 and some points.
Okay.
So it means,
Okay.
So it means 1.5 billion people in Africa. Facebook, and YouTube that lead, which are around 3 billion people. You can take the whole Africa and multiply it. That's what it means worldwide. So, I would like someone to have his eyes open to social media because it is with us. It is part of us. So the theme is very well set. How do we balance? We are not going to speak against it. We are not going to speak in favor of it, but there is freedom, there is social media. How do we balance it? And another thing I noticed, people claim that when they're on social media, they are learning. And still that research page I checked, they were saying people have very many reasons why they check social media. Some say we go there to study, to research, for entertainment, to follow sports, to check in new updates, all those things. But the reason that ranked second, which was having 30%, people go there because they are idle, to pass time. Why? You're there, you have your phone, and you scroll through Instagram, you scroll through Facebook, you scroll through TikTok. Ideally, you're just checking. You don't know why.
And
I don't know why you're getting what I'm saying.
the messages of watch again pop up.
Yeah, this introduction is going to take us. This introduction is going to take us to how do you manage it. Because reason number one was people to check updates, others to learn. Some people study online, others create content, others do business there. So all those ones were reasons. But the one that ranked second, people are idly busy. Like you're idly busy there, and you have you been in the situation where you're picking your phone and you don't even know what you're doing?
Yes, we are there.
Yeah, you sure?
What I mean?
You know, this is like it's addiction.
It's an addiction.
You have a phone on your hand.
Your body is automated. And some of us even know where the apps are.
You know,
Facebook is here.
That is why.
If I may ask Mr. Hamza, when do you last spend like 5 minutes without your phone, and how did you feel?
I can feel something.
I'm going to come to that. So as we are laying the foundation of social media, number one, purpose. You have to set a purpose. Why are you using social media? I'm going to give you a preamble. If all people who are in the business of social media who are controlling it, the Facebook, the TikTok, the Twitter, the WhatsApp, they are in the market. We are the target.
As we are the target.
We are the target. How? I want to give you, as you're going through the market and you have the money, okay, but you don't know what you're going to buy. And the vendors call you, come and check. But you have the money, but you don't know what you're going to buy. It means you're going to end up using the money to buy something you didn't intentionally want to buy. So I'm coming to social media. You have your phone, smartphone, you have the data. That means you have the ability to scroll through, but you don't have the purpose. You are like the other person on the street, moving with all the money, but doesn't know what to buy. What is the aim? So by all means, you're going to end up buying what is not interested in, or which you don't even actually want. So social media, as you have it, as a youth, in this freedom, what is your purpose? Why are you there? So that one takes us to, there are some people who say, I'm going to be on 2 social media platforms, WhatsApp and maybe Twitter.
So maybe I can ask the question you're asking. So why I am on social media, especially on WhatsApp?
Yes.
Because of communication. That is the first. The second one, why I am on TikTok?
For entertainment.
For entertainment. Why I am on Instagram? For just tell my personality. That's what I'm saying. Why I am on Facebook? Because of target friends.
You know, with friends.
Yes. You see, that I can ask all that question.
Now, you gave a good preamble, good introduction. Someone can use this as a sample. But do you know that you might have discovered the importance of those platforms after getting there? Understanding that Facebook helps you to connect with everyone after you getting there. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, which we can think about, because we will not answer on their behalf. Look at, I don't want to call them famous people, but public figures. How they protect their families, children, relatives from social media. Have you asked yourself the reason?
No.
Do it?
So sometimes I'm asking myself, why?
Let's think about it. And I'm going to answer on their behalf. Social media is a big power. It's a big power. Whereby if your arms are there and you have a bigger weight than me, and you can carry 80 kilograms, I can carry 50. But someone makes me carry 100. Don't I break?
Definitely,
Sure.
you break.
So me what I would like to emphasize, and I'm going to give myself as a case study, not because I'm bragging, but it was because of some experience. But I'll come back to that example. Social media, if you set the purpose, even when you go on TikTok for entertainment, you choose which entertainment to go for. That's the purpose.
Before, yes.
Which people to follow. Now, you have to have it in your hands, in your control, whereby you don't follow anyone. Something that is within your purpose. Facebook people that are within your purpose. If you want to be an academia like me, I would follow maybe some colleges, some universities, some scholars, some researchers, some professors. If I'm a sports person and I really prefer to exactly major in that, I would follow those people. That means it is coming from your purpose, but not everything that targets you. I see what I'm trying to do. So as they target you, also be intentional. You say no, this one no, this one no, this one yes.
Yeah.
So that is my point number one. And it comes from 5 billion people.
Can you imagine?
The 3 billion that are not there are either young,
You are not.
or they are old people, or maybe they are poor.
They're poor, they did not access the gadgets.
So you see that some of them who are not there, they are not willingly not there. It is the circumstances.
When you check their goals, one
If
is
they were
like
in the potential of having the phone, the internet and everything, maybe all of us would be there.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to mean is, as they target us, let's have the purpose. That's my view number one.
Now, Mr. Moses, before you proceed, I got to think so that I may ask you this question. You see, with let me talk about our nation, Rwanda. We talk about, you have mentioned a lot about social media, like you have YouTube, we have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and every media has got the content creators. How do you rate the content creators and the influence to the society? Do you think it's on a bigger extent intending to, you may be my friend, and I like your discussions. How about if now someone else is challenging you and that banter, so I follow you and I am your fan, and the other one is trying to challenge you, and that kind of exchange. How do you think it affects the society?
That's a good question.
Especially our Rwandan society.
Now, I've been in Rwanda for a number of years now. I'm about to make 10. But even before, I used to keep coming. So I might have some good observation I've got. Now, content creators are on the other side of selling. Okay? They are selling what they have. And the youth are on this side of receiving. Let me say the non-content creators. Now, it comes to what is the content. Is it about fashion? Is it about art, entertainment? Is it about anything? Drama? What are you trying to create content for? So you find out that impacts of social media, most of them, most of the negative impacts don't affect the sellers I mean the creators. The negative ones, most of them affect the targeted. Use with your phone. So you find out that I was checking the phone, and WHO, World Health Organization, say social media is still the leading cause of mental health, depression, anxiety. I didn't get the right figure, but as you said, the impact of social media on young people, WHO right away puts up that statement. And you find out that most of the people now are in mental health. Why? This content that goes through our minds, that floods us, sometimes we are not good at digesting it. Okay? I'm going to give you an example if you allow me.
Yeah, it's okay.
In COVID, in 2020, work stops, we are home. I don't want to say I suffered, but I was home. Having my food stocked. The only thing I was doing, they used to say, sleeping to sleep. You wake up, you
and
eat,
you sleep
again. But I had internet connected. You scroll through. And I reached the time, around May, June, after 2 months of COVID, I was like, I was always feeling like I'm not fine, I'm not sick. But the news, what you check on WhatsApp, what you saw on Facebook, was all frightening, and you get like not fine. You know what I did? I was like, what if I uninstall these things? What happens to me? I want to come back to the question he asked you, can you spend 5 minutes without that thing, that phone? People who advise us in social media, like, you can have a social media break.
You can have a social media break.
Have you heard of that?
I happened to do it. I remember I was doing the exams at the university. And I said I want to put on hold.
He uninstalled it. Maybe it was going to distract him. Maybe in that situation it was not a
but to be honest, I couldn't wait the time I finished my exams so I could come back to my phone.
That's another impact you asked me. Social media can cause an addiction.
Yeah, it is an addiction. Yes,
it causes an addiction.
For sure.
If you are into it and you don't exactly know why.
So you see, we have spent here how many minutes? So now I am on phone wire and social media.
And that one takes us to another observation I got when I was researching. They say employees, us who work, if you those 8 hours to work from, let's say, 8 to 5, social media takes about 14% of our time. For sure. Because someone can be like there, working, but it's like, let me check through.
I think at least when they say at least 14%, they did not check on me and they did not check on Amza. It could be more than 14.
Some companies are even introducing a policy on phones.
Yes.
Trying to set lunch break or morning break.
You can.
But when you're working on a customer in the bank, you are teaching. Leave the phone. Concentrate.
That is the problem we have. We can't.
And do you know that the claims we have? We claim that I may have important information right there, so I need to respond quickly. How about if my child is sick? How about? But that's not the case. I am on WhatsApp, YouTube, checking on what has Iago posted, what has so and so posted.
So these days there is an application they are using a lot. People, especially teachers, they are using ChatGPT. Do you know that one? So every time you can find that teacher is on his phone. Checking on about what it's going to teach. You see? So that is why that policy to use phone maybe at lunch time, at break time, it can work. But this day, people, they are suffering with social media.
So you see, that one could be on the side of employees, but even children. Like for us who teach students who are always with their phones, you should have a policy. You say when the lecture or the lesson is going on, ignore the phone unless you're asked to use it. You get? Or when they're using a computer, you tell them the tabs that should be on. That is, you see, freedom, which is in our topic, freedom is good until the impacts have not yet happened. Because there's some president who I don't want to speak about, say there's freedom of speech, but there's no freedom after speech. you would have freedom of expression, and you express and
I
express
want to
on
understand
social
that
media.
point so well.
But in case you mess up, you don't have freedom from the impact.
Come on. You said there is freedom of speech,
Freedom of speech.
but
there is
there is no freedom
speech.
after speech.
That is
It's juxtaposed. It's juxtaposed. How's that?
Now, that one I would answer it using a question, which we may not answer, but think about. You've used social media, impacts, for example, you're stressed, you've got anxiety, you've got an addiction, you've got depressed, okay? Some information flooded your mind and changed your focus, you got distracted. Now, do you have freedom now? You had the freedom to get all that information. Impacts have happened. Do you have the freedom?
No.
There is imbalance. Because the balance between freedom and social media has overweighed it and has impacted you. Now, let's speak about the good side, because people might think that we are here to speak against social media. And I think
No, that's not the case.
yeah, that's not the case, but we would like to open their eyes and say, as you use it, control it. You be the one in control, not it itself controlling you, because you see it everywhere.
Yeah. So I have a question.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest challenges associated with the use of social media today?
Very good. Now, have you ever scrolled through social media? It's a TikTok or Twitter or WhatsApp. You are in a given group or someone sends you something and you're like, really? Is this content meant for me?
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
But because social media, there's the word media. They are trading information. Okay? Even in this session, it's a media. Newspaper is a media.
Yeah.
Social media, someone trades something. Now, the psychology of information is, when you see something the first time, the reality tells you it is wrong. When you see it the second time, you're like, oh, maybe I can have something I learned from it. The third time, the fourth. So the more time you see it, you accept it. You see? And that one means you're going to change it. It's changing your mental understanding, because mental health is having the psychology and the emotion in there, the mind.
Yeah.
So it means the impact number one is, if as you choose who to follow, the content to read and everything, you're going to read what you don't like, but it distracts you. It makes you lose focus. And I want to ask us a question, because you're all the youth. Have you ever had any Twitter account or any WhatsApp contact or any social media account and you block it?
Yeah. Many times.
Not once, not twice.
Yes.
Many times. So,
You choose who to follow. You choose what to do. That means your intention, you say, this is not meant for me.
Yeah.
I'm not a target market. Number two, I started this discipline in COVID. After that social media break of about 2-3 weeks, it was not easy, but I had to create that discipline. Have you noticed that it is good not to have notifications of social media on? Have you ever thought about it? For example, a WhatsApp message notification, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Now, assume, for example, me, I think I'm on 5 or 4 social media platforms. Now, what if all of them keep popping up? When are you going to concentrate?
And every message you have to check. Whenever a phone vibrates,
it takes your mind.
You have to.
It takes your mind. So
sometimes I think it's mobile money.
No mental focus. Yeah. Because Instagram pops up, or the other one reacts on your post on TikTok, the other one sends you on WhatsApp, the other one on Facebook. When are you going to concentrate?
No time. So I think we can take a break time again.
A short
isn't
break.
it?
Yeah.
For us to relax a little bit, and then we shall come back in this studio. Papa Emmanuel, on prend une petite courte pause. Merci. Very much. We are back in this studio. We are watching La Découverte show, ladies and gentlemen, and today we have that honor, pleasure to have Moses as our guest. Here we have already Mr. Innocent. Mr. Innocent, where are you going? tell us, because they are asking me about you.
What are they asking about?
Where are you going?
I'm around.
Sure.
I'm around.
All right, Mr. Moses. Thank you for your speech and everything you did and you're gonna do already for our audience. And we are still in our topic. So I think the next question is for you.
Let me ask Mr. Moses, how does social media impact mental health, especially for young users?
Yeah.
You know, kids at home are asking for gadgets.
Yeah.
It's becoming a necessity for every kid.
Yeah.
And at times, they do not know how to use them. They get iPhone 13, 14 Pro, and they don't know how to use it. And they claim to use it for video games, which is not the case.
Yeah.
So how do you think social media impacts them?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'll start from some research I got here. They were saying, still the global social media statistics was saying, internet users in the world, only 95%, all the 95% are using it on social media. All, like the 5 may use it for online gaming, maybe academics, maybe research, okay, maybe mobile apps. But the 95, it means when you find 10 people, 9.5 are using it on social media. It's only 1.5 who are not using it on social media. That's what it is meaning. So getting back to your question, you see, because social media, have you ever seen these children? Because personally, I lecture, work in a university setting, but I know all of you have interacted with the children because I have my young brothers home. Do you see the concentration children give a gadget? I don't know there is any attention they can give it.
You know, when you go back home and the children are like, can you give me your phone?
And they sit talking.
Yeah, they sit talking.
Yeah, my sister. My sister stays just there at Kanombe. She has a daughter. The daughter was around 8 then. The daughter came to me and has an uncle. Because the mother never gives them the phone. She has a time for them to use the gadgets. And that's strategy number 1. As a parent, as a guardian, schedule time and tell them this time is the only one you can use the gadget. And direct them on what channels or what to watch. Because you can check history of what they have watched and you can easily know. If you tell them, oh, you watched this, I'm not giving you the gadget again. Why? Because honestly, freedom is good. Because we are getting back to the topic of balancing social media and freedom. Children need guidance. Even us old people need guidance. That's why even governments are there. Because they need to guide us. You get? You're not going to be doing whatever you want. So children need to be guided.
Even us also.
Yes, but we have to be guided. Now, because as we grow, you may think you are independent.
That is the problem.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm telling you, because in academia where I spend most of my time, you look at an adult and honestly is messing up. But there's a quote I read the other day. Someone was like, it's so unfortunate how everyone thinks he's a good person. And how everyone thinks he's doing the right thing. And he said, it's unfortunate. You get?
Yeah.
And that one is it. That element of having self-control, having that discipline, that guidance, it starts from a young age. This person, as you grow, because personally having the ability to go for social media breaks, I can maybe say it's something built in me because TV time was always there at home. Yeah. Not every time you wish, you watch any channel you want and anytime you want. So guardians have a role to play. It is going to affect their children. Because a child will feel like you are so regulating them, but as they grow, they will understand. That's how I can tell you. Otherwise, 95% internet users are always on social media.
It brings us to cyberbullying.
Yeah.
How do you say? What do you say about cyberbullying?
They'll never bully if you're not there. and it depends. If I'm following you, because I follow you, I follow him. I'll know he will never bully me because of the content he posts. Okay. And based on the content you post, also you attract people's you. You understand?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's something you cannot. I cannot control you how you use your social media. But maybe I can determine what you can speak about me.
Yeah.
Really?
Based on what I post, you're going to think about that. Actually, let me say this.
You can get an idea.
Yeah, because social media has two identities: the me and what I post for you.
They are different.
Yes. Someone who is in the media determines what you should know. And for you, as you react or respond to what you've seen on his account, you think you're talking to him, though you're talking to the content.
I have seen the young generation on TikTok trying to create content, and you know, this, that, boo, you're fake, you don't know how to dance, and this is a dancer. Your figure is shapeless, you know, and they feel demoralized. And sometimes it creates a lack of self-esteem.
Very good.
They feel bet down, and so what do you say about that?
Now let me put it this way. Honestly, if social media is something someone wants to premise on, like you want it to be your foundation to succeed in life, and you're not a business, you're an individual, it leads to distraction. Let me break it down. If you are a youth and you're using social media to see how you can get more likes, more followers, the challenge social media has, you can't trend forever.
Yeah.
For example, you're using your dance. Someone will get a better dance tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're posting
And
your
my
body.
piano will come.
Yeah, my piano will come. And when you were in reggae, you see, maybe the females your body. You will not always, your body will not always trend. You see? Now, I applaud businesses because for them they know they have things that keep changing. And social media is not the foundation, is not the first priority. For example, let me say I'm a school, or I'm a professor, or I'm a business. Social media is the next, but the business is the first. But you, as you go for social media, it is your first.
Putting it as your
There's a quote which
priority.
says, nothing should ever make you trade your morals and character for likes and followers. You want followers and likes, and you want to see how you persuade them.
Yeah.
You see, and that means it has overpowered you. If you feel like it is stressing you, should use your body, post a lot.
You know,
It can give you that good reactions in the beginning, but you can't sustain it.
Yeah.
It's not something you can manage forever.
All right.
content creation.
I wouldn't advise them
Now,
to.
let me ask you a question. According to you, which content creation you can advise to our followers, the one they are watching the show now?
Very good. Now,
especially the young generation, like us, like Mr.
Gen Z.
Yes.
that one takes us from, like, as we are on managing it now, the creators. Personally, I've always had thoughts of creating content. Okay, but the first factor you have to look at, sustainability. Are you able to keep it?
Yeah.
Because people who break through in social media, they will tell you they have always been trying, and there is this second clip or 10th clip that worked out and made them trend. And they tell you to keep on top. You don't have to sleep. It's not easy. So personally, you should study your market. What do you want to sell first of all, and be more creative. For example, I wanted to trend into academia, like education, and what made me think was like education will always be there, always will be there. So meaning, I always have people or clients. Actually, I'm even still thinking about it. But if you are in entertainment, it should be a day-to-day thing, because entertainment is so fast.
Don't you think you will reach time and give up on academia? Because currently I can see that people don't want things that are more more of knowledge than more of entertainment. They want things that entertain than having things that give them knowledge.
It depends.
So sometimes you create content that is giving knowledge, but no follow-up.
No follow-up.
Yes. That one depends on your purpose. You see people who create sports content. Sports is something which happens thrice a week. Weekend, midweek, every time. They always have content. But academia, the good thing with it, you may not be after followers, but that content will always be there. We will always trend every year. How? They will come for you. Assume I'm doing my topic, and I've read notes are not working out. And I say, let me watch a video and see. Maybe they are simplifying it. They have to come for a simplicity. Haven't you ever watched a video and you want to say, how did this person watch it? So they talk about it. It means I may not be always after followers because I came to my purpose in the first place. I would love to influence someone, even if it is one person. You get? So it means my purpose, I still achieve it. Why? Because as I create academic content, someone somewhere watched it and learned something. But if someone is after followers, you have to produce content that people want, not based on what you want. I don't know if I get that.
Yeah, you get it. I get you.
You have to create what people want, and that one sometimes it may not be sustainable. People may want
is how they can know, how you can know that topic it is that they want.
Yeah, it depends on
you
for example,
understand.
Right now. Let me tell you, like, for example, right now, if something naked crosses social media, it needs 5 minutes when everyone has known it.
Of course, yeah.
Because if something bad trends so quickly, but contentious, like something, I asked us the question: why do you think people of caliber who are big, like let's say presidents, or let's say those celebrities, they are the ones who will be fronting? You're not going to see their family so much there.
No.
Why? For them, they protect their families from social media. They just pop up once in a while. But someone comes from this side and things can determine it. It is not so easy. So if it comes to content, it depends on your purpose. If you want followers, understand what the market wants. Post that, you will get them. But otherwise, sometimes you yourself as your identity, sometimes it diminishes and cannot keep on top for long. It's not so easy.
Yeah.
Good. Mr. Moses,
You're so easy.
You're so resourceful, and I like the way you bring out a point after another. But I think we cannot finish this. Time. But thank you so much for bringing us to understanding more of that. And I liked the way you explained how we should be, we should make choice of what we consume. The content we have to take in, it is your choice. If you do not want things that are abusive kind of, you'd want to watch it. If you want something educative, you will go for it. So we should have choice on what we choose, or rather on what we watch. Otherwise, thank you.
Yes, of course.
You have.
Very
good. Now, I would give the other side of social media. Yes, because the question was how are we going to manage it?
To balance it.
And just the points are very simple. Understand what you want from social media. Determine who you follow. Okay, who follows you. It will, because social media is a bit clear. It can, because I remember when I was learning how to drive, and I was always checking content about driving. You find out that even when it is everything that pops up is about driving, sometimes. So determine what you want. And most of the strategies I saw, they are very simple. Those notifications distract you. Maybe you can turn on if you have a schedule. For example, if you're a very busy student or you want to focus on other things, you can have evening time, and you say evening time is when I check. So not every time you feel, you based on emotions and feelings to always check. it makes you misled. And I think we have to always reflect. What am I learning from here? What am I not learning from here? If you don't reflect, you always follow emotions and follow anyone you want. But in conclusion, social media is very important. It is a space to the whole world. It will see you. You can always sell your soul. Otherwise, you make sure what you're dealing in, it is sustainable. You can keep it for a long time. But the world is there. Technology is dynamic. They're introducing things every day. And for sure, we have to balance freedom and social media. It will benefit us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Moses, I don't know how much I can say thank you for being with us on this show, and your speech was very successful. Thank you also, Mr. Innocent. Hope we will have you again, if it's not next week, maybe. But another time. All right, merci beaucoup, mesdames et messieurs. Merci beaucoup, Innocent. On se retrouve très très prochainement pour un nouveau numéro de l'émission La Découverte. Ciao.